Sweet.
Yep, we are live.
We're
We
live.
we are
We're
live.
back, baby.
We
We're
are back.
literally dusting off our microphones.
This is
Mine's still dusty, but and we're back
we are back. Yeah,
for a long.
it's been
What's the word people use? I don't know. A
what's
long
that?
break. A long. Well, I don't know what the word people use. Not a break, but like a.
Hiatus. Is that what you're
Yeah,
looking
that's the
for?
word I'm looking at.
Looking for a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
hiatus. So I don't have my cozy, and I actually don't have any coffee in here, but I do have like
Oh,
just
that's super cute though.
is that cute?
Here,
With
I have
with
my frog mug.
with the travel cup on there, the
That's
travel
really cute.
cap.
It looks like a Dixie cup that you get
It
in like
does.
Sunday school.
No,
It's a
it's like
Dixie cup of coffee. I know, but it just
it's
looks it gives that vibe with the
it does.
koalas and
It
everything.
I'm not sure
Like you're
because
at the dentist and like
it was a gift from our Italian family, and
right.
it may be a toy. It may not actually be made for coffee. It may be
Oh,
like a
really?
I don't it kinda has that feel of like it's part of a a fake kitchen,
Okay,
li
that's
like it's
funny.
a prop.
That's
But
really
I'm
funny.
using it. It may kill me. It may be off-gassing chemicals into my
It's from
body.
Italy, so it
It
can't
may
be that bad.
it may not may not be, um, safe for actual use, but, um
I think we're okay.
I think no, I think it's fine. It's but that's my deal. But I don't have my cozy, so I do have clicking. But there's nothing in it, so it's completely empty. I'm
There you go.
coffeeless this morning because I had to take the dog to the vet. So, but
Very important. How'd that go?
let's
Ho
start
I'm
this
quickly
podcast.
well, I'm quickly sending people the link, so can we wait a minute
Wait a minute.
before wait a minute, like a
You,
second maybe.
you think people are actually going to watch this? That's crazy.
I gotta send it to the grandparents, and then we're set.
And then we're set.
We're set.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We're
All
back,
right.
baby.
We're back.
Okay, there we go.
We have 0 listeners. We're good.
Well, yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
You just sent the link. We're good. Well, let's start.
Okay. Do you remember how to start?
No.
Do we sing? Hit it, Dad.
No, can't do it. There we go. There we go. We have volume. We can do this. We're a little rusty. 1, 2, 3. No?
There we go. And it's loud.
There we go. It is loud. Sorry about that, everybody. Everybody. Um, welcome to Take It Down a Notch with Rob.
And Lindsay.
There you
We're
go.
we're entering into like season 3, season 4, but I think this is our second year of doing this, technically.
Wow.
If we're going by years, right?
Wow.
We
I think so.
started in 2023.
So we started before you got married. Yeah. So
We started before, yeah, it was in 2023, I think in about spring. So it's about like 2.5 years of
that's pretty
off and
cool.
on doing this.
That's
So,
pretty good.
but we're now in 2025.
It's crazy. This is it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are.
This is it. Is it
This is
it?
it. This is as good as it
Do you know
gets.
something I don't? This is
This is
it.
it. This is it.
The look you're giving outside of the window looks like this is it. Jesus is in your driveway right now. And you look like just,
they're
well, this
gathering.
is
They're gathering in the skies, and
oh,
the
goodness.
trumpet player's warming up. No, I don't know. Oh, this is where I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I had to get up and medicate my dog. Henry had to go to the vet today.
Always an
So,
adventure.
yeah, Henry was so wiped out this morning. I couldn't find him. I actually went into
You
Martina's
know.
room. Martina is our
Oh,
exchange student for anybody that doesn't know, because the dogs sometimes sleep in her room, and the door was closed, and I couldn't find Henry. And so I'm
mhm.
like, crud, I don't want to like go in her room, but I have to medicate Henry. So
Great.
I'm like, open the door a little bit. I'm like, Henry, Henry, Henry. Dofer comes out. Like, I'm like, shoot, where's Henry? So, and Dofer comes out, like, looks at me and lays down the hallway, like, what? It's too early for this.
Why'd you wake me up?
I'm like, I don't think he's in there, but I don't want to like shine a flashlight around. So I look, and he's asleep.
Martina is a super deep sleeper. She would be fine.
Yeah, well, God forbid she woke up though, and I'm like with a flashlight, and it'd be like, ah, I'm being attacked. I was like, oh my gosh. So
I remember the one time I had to wake her up, and I was like, Martina, Martina, Martina. Because I was like,
this
I just met her, so I didn't want to like shake her and jump on the bed. I was
this
like, if the
this
dogs
girl
don't wake her up, I can't do
this
anything.
girl sets like 6 alarms in the morning to get herself to wake up. So no, she's not one to just happen awake by a little
No.
noise. So I don't know if she stirred at all when I cracked open the door. I only opened it like 6 inches, like, and
Yeah,
then I let I'm like, Topher, why don't you just go back in there and go back to sleep?
right.
So, but yeah, Dofer was asleep behind a chair. I couldn't even see him, or not Dofer.
With
Henry was
Henry.
asleep behind the chair. He's like totally stoned. So
Oh my
gave
god.
him more. He didn't even
Because he
get,
had already had medicine, right? By
yeah,
then?
because I have to give it to him at night, and then again 2 hours
Mm.
before the appointment, and the appointment was at 7:15 this morning. So
Oof.
at 5:15, I had to get up and give him medicine.
Mhm.
So yeah, and he was so zonked out that he didn't even get up to get the medicine, obviously wrapped in cheese.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I guess. Barely. After I was done, he's like, is there any more of that cheese around? Got up, wandered around for a minute, and then went and laid back down behind the chair. Like, oh my gosh. So
Oh gosh.
Henry's at the vet getting tortured, getting a little
Yep.
dental checkup,
Nice.
and
Those poor
and
people
his
that have to
nails,
try to give him a dental checkup.
nails. Well, he'll be unconscious. He'll be unconscious for the dental checkup. Yeah, yeah, and
Somebody will be unconscious.
yeah,
I hope it's Henry.
or paraplegic, one of the two. Because yeah, he does
Somehow I
not
feel like that's
suffer. He
right.
does not suffer the vet well. Yeah,
No.
yeah. It
Uh,
was really funny because he's like all cool with getting in the car, and he knows, even though he's asleep in the back seat, he knew when we
yeah.
got almost there. He's like, "Hey, where are we at? Where are we going?"
Yeah.
And
He
then
knows.
we're in the vet parking lot, totally fine. The vet is in a PetSmart, so it's in a big store.
Right.
Totally fine with going in, sitting around
Mhm.
waiting. Not real excited when I had to put the muzzle on him, but he was
Mhm.
okay with that. It wasn't until we crossed and then getting weighed, all that stuff, fine, no problem. It's when we crossed the going behind the desk, he's like, no, no, not doing it.
What'd he do? Did he
Just
just
stop.
sit?
He stopped. He's just like,
He's a
not going.
big dog to just drag in.
And he's got the muzzle on, so he starts shaking his head, trying to get the muzzle off. I'm like, the collar's gonna pull off his neck. It's gonna be bad.
Oh
But
my gosh.
luckily, it's a nylon or linoleum floor, so he slides well.
I think that's honestly why they have
just,
those floors, is
just
so that they
they,
clean well and they
yeah,
can slide puppy butts. Like
yeah,
just
they're well waxed. You just like shove the dog, shut the door. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So, but yeah, he didn't resist that bad, but he was completely fine until we went behind that counter. He's like, no, no,
Mhm.
bad things happen back here. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah.
So he'll be happy. He will be happy to come back
Oh,
when I
for
go
sure.
pick him up. So this afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's going on? I heard through the grapevine and the fact that I'm your dad, you are gainfully employed, contributing
Yeah,
to
so
the
much has
French economy.
changed. So much has changed,
Yeah.
since we podcast. So, we went back to the US and we podcasted then. But when I came back to France, soon after, I started looking for a job and I found a
Mhm.
job pretty quickly, and started working, I think, in November. It took a while to do with the paperwork. But I am currently an English assistant. So what I do is I have three different schools that I work in different classes of those schools, and I go and help them with their English programs. So I'll go from class to class and help the teacher teach English, mainly focusing on like pronunciation. I also found that I think that I'm there to just get the kids excited about English and speaking another language. If they're at an age, it's all elementary kids. So anywhere from like 5, 6 year olds to like 10, 11. Um, that and they're at that age where they're still like excited about that kind of thing. They're not too cool for it, pretending not to be excited for the most part, at least. And so it's very fun for them to have somebody who's speaking English and from America and talking about my traditions and our culture in the US, and things like that. So right before the holidays, I did a big Christmas presentation of like what we do in the US for Christmas, at least in my family, and things like that. So um, yeah, it's kind of, I think, to get them excited and do pronunciation, help the teachers so that they actually do English, because I think I found that especially for elementary, English is one of those things that's kind of scooted underneath the rug a little bit. But in middle school and high school, it's taken a little bit more seriously. So if they don't have that base going into middle school, they might be really behind. So
Okay.
um, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that's
Well,
about it.
it sounds like you're having fun for the
I
most part.
really am enjoying it, yeah. I
Yeah.
wish I could do it full time. I think I'd feel a little bit more fulfilled if it was full time. Right
Right.
now, my working hours are technically 12 hours,
Mhm.
um, but the way it works out is to be like 2 full days, with the going in between schools and stuff.
Right. Now
Um,
how many schools are you at?
I'm at 3.
3 different schools.
So,
So it's a lot of
one
running around.
school a little bit, but one school, I'm only there for it's supposed to be 45 minutes,
Mhm.
contract-wise, but I end up being there for a little bit longer, just because it's what works better, and
Right.
yeah, it just works out, but not too much longer. And then another school, I'm there for a total of 10 hours. So I have to go on both days that I work. And then another school, I can't remember, I think it's like 3 hours and 45 minutes or something. Um, so yeah, it's something like that, roughly. So yeah, I have quite a few classes.
Cool.
I think in total, I think I have about 18 classes, but I think I go to maybe closer to 14 per week.
Mhm.
But there's a few classes that I visit only occasionally, interchanging with other classes, or classes that each vacation or each they're not quarters, but it's like every 6 weeks.
Right.
I'll switch classes. So but I think in total, I think it's 18 classes.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
18 classes in 12
yeah.
hours.
So it's like it's almost impossible for me to remember like names. Some of the classes I'm only there for 25 minutes. The longest I'm in classes I think is like 40 minutes, maybe 50.
Wow.
But a lot of the classes I have one class, they're the 6-year-olds. I'm only there for 20 minutes. I have quite a few classes. I'm there for 25 to 30 minutes.
Wow.
Um, and then I also, in that time, is also supposed to be planning time. So um, it's quite a full, it's very full, but I also have plenty of time to prep and do everything that I need. The
Yeah.
teachers I have and the schedule I have is really great. I have some other assistants that I've talked to, and at least in their opinion, I don't know what
Mhm.
their schedule actually is, but for them, they don't have enough time. I think that because this is it's with the school district. Um, so technically, I'm working for the city. I'm working for the school district,
Okay.
and they have like a whole cohort basically
Right.
of English assistants, and they also have German assistants, but our area doesn't have any this time because they couldn't find any.
Oh.
Um, And they might have Spanish, but I don't remember. Maybe not in this area. I can't remember. Anyways,
Right.
and so there's 18 of us for the whole region, and or the whole district, I guess. And I was talking to some other ones before I started at a training, and they had already started. I started a little later, and they were saying that a lot of their teachers are asking them to do different things, so they're
Mm-hmm.
having to prepare like 10 different classes. Where for me, I found all of my teachers have curriculums picked out,
Right.
and a lot of those curriculums line up with the other classes. So, at my main school, like 5 of the classes are all the same. So, I only have to put together, like 1 class for all 5 of those classes.
Right.
So, it's kind of nice, and also it's already technically put together. I just have to look over it and know what I'm doing, and then I do it 5 different times, and each teacher's a little different, so I have to be prepared that it doesn't look exactly the same, but,
Right.
um, it's one thing I found with living in France or living in another country is that for me, like, I'm a pretty anxious person, like,
Mm-hmm.
I get pretty anxious and get kind of wound up before doing things socially or just with other people. Like I want an exact plan. I want to know exactly what's happening. I found that in France that if I have to focus so much on like the language and the language ends up being what I need to be worried about the most, that
Right.
if you take away the fact I have to speak French or the pressure of speaking French, if I'm more comfortable with those people, then it
Right.
becomes a lot less of like a anxiety thing because it's so much lower on the totem pole. It's so much easier. It's like, "Oh, okay, I don't have to worry about the language? Well, I'm fine." Like, it's easy then, it's like, "Oh, no problem." Like, whatever. So and that's what my this job is just speaking English. It's just no matter even if I mess up a little bit, the totem pole is or the whatever is so low.
The
It's
expectations.
so the expectations are so, so low.
Yeah.
All I have to do is speak my language, and it's pretty simple. I do have to remember to go slow.
Oh, okay.
There's a few times where, like, I had a teacher go, "Oh, okay, hold on, Lindsay's speaking a little fast." It's a good example, like we do in French, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I've also found because 'cause I'll do a lot of Franglish depending on the class,
Mm-hmm.
or just French sometimes too, but mostly Franglish.
Mm-hmm.
And, I found that it's nice because the teachers are used to correcting, grammar mistakes because they're working with elementary kids
Right.
and they're teachers. So they'll occasionally be correct my pronunciation or my grammar, and I really appreciate it because so I feel like I'm improving a little bit, and I can ask them questions. And occasionally, I'll like ask a question in front of the kids while I'm in front of the class, or I'll go like, "Wait, what is that again? Oh, can you like what? How do you say that?" Like, and I like to use that as like an example and show the kids and be like, "So, see, it's okay if I don't know something. It's okay that I'm making a mistake."
Right.
And like I'm learning French and I'm doing my best to speak French. And now you guys are going to be speaking English and you guys are going to try my language. And if you
Yeah.
make a mistake or if you don't pronounce something perfectly, that's okay. And so I feel like it's kind of been fun because it's like a learning experience for the kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
and
and
it was,
and and I think it's important. I think it's important to know, at least in English. I don't speak any other languages, so except for being fluent in Spanish, but because I
right, of course, of
because I
course.
did 2 units of Duolingo,
Yeah,
and
you did Duolingo for 28 days and you're fluent.
so I'm fluent in Spanish. But
Yeah.
other than that, the that for the most part, getting the words wrong or picking the wrong word, it may make it obvious that you're not a native English speaker, but
Hmm.
the the idea gets across. Like Martina the other
Yeah.
night was like, "There's a spider nest in my bathroom."
Right.
I'm like, "A nest?"
Oh.
But I mean, I knew what she meant. I thought maybe she meant like an egg sack,
Right.
but that was my only confusion. But I I knew it was a place that
You
spiders
knew the
live
idea.
in was in her
You
bathroom,
knew
but
that you
to
needed to go in and take care of it no
yeah,
matter what it was.
yeah, I mean, and obviously, as in English, a spider nest is not the appropriate. It's a web
No.
instead of a nest, um, but it really made no difference in the communication. The the
Yeah.
the the thought from her head to mine was complete. So now that's what's
Yeah.
important. Obviously, you want to be, you know, use as many of the right words as possible. But for
Yeah.
the most part, if for some reason you do need to speak to somebody that's English, they get the idea. They get the idea, and it's always room to improve.
Well,
Even if you speak English as a main language, it could be improved.
what's interesting is the English that they learn in these schools is English, like
Right.
um,
From
the
England.
UK English.
Right.
And so there are things that are different. And I have a friend who's from the UK. And so the other day I asked her questions. I like sat her down and I was like, I have a list of things I have questions about. And there's different things like that we have like fries and chips, like, okay, I can
Right.
grasp my head around that. But I had to teach kids, they were talking about like school subjects and they had to say, like, put out, like, make a schedule. That's what we're
Right.
working on right now. And so, what the lesson plan teaches them to say is, I have got maths on Tuesday. I have got
I have
maths
got.
on Tuesday.
And that's the way they say it in the UK.
I asked, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, if I said that, mom would be like, gross. No, don't say that. Like it's in English, in American English, at least this is what I was taught in school and with mom, is that got is like a bad word. It's like using but at the beginning of a sentence.
Right.
Like it's just not proper. It's not what you use. So it
Yeah.
was interesting. Anyways, and I'm having to like, because I'm all about pronunciation, I have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat.
Hmm.
And I had to explain to the teachers at lunch. I was like, I have got is so unnatural for me to say because I would get so tongue tied. I'd after saying it for like the 100th time, it'd be like, I
Right.
have got. It's like I have, and I was like, no, I have got.
Yeah. Well, and it's
So
and there's just like they go to a hospital, they don't go to the
yeah,
hospital. It's
yeah,
like that's weird, but uh,
no, exactly.
but
So some of the teachers like were using it, and like for some of the more simple things like fries and chips,
sure,
were explaining to the kids that this is what we would say.
yeah.
Um, But for some of the kids, depending on their
And they're
age or
French fries, by the
what class
way.
it is. Yeah. Oh, they don't like it when I do that. I get a whole yeah. Yeah.
French fries and French dip.
Mm, yeah. I didn't even I tried to explain prime rib and I basically just came up with like a cut of beef was basically
It's a roast.
the only
It's a
yeah,
roast.
a roast, a cut of roast. Yeah.
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 It's
That's what I
it's a
basically
bone a
no, it
bone
wasn't
in
yeah, it was like
a, a bone in roast.
oh, okay. I should have talked to you about this before. I just came
Yeah.
up with like a roast of beef,
No,
a
that's
beef
good.
roast.
Yeah. It's
It doesn't
it's
explain how good it is, though.
yeah. So and
They don't know.
prime, we don't technically, generally, we don't get actually prime rib when we do prime rib at Christmas. It's choice
Oh, yeah.
rib. Prime is a level of beef that's more expensive than I'm willing to
Mhm.
spend for 20 people to have dinner at my house. So,
I tried to buy a cut of beef, and I think it was supposed to be like a roast,
hmm
kind of like what you're like for a roast.
hmm
It was like so expensive. It was gonna be for like a small portion, probably like 4. It was
hmm
gonna be like $40, 40 euros or something like that. Like something
oh,
crazy.
that's not bad.
Really? For like it was like small. Like
So, prime rib at Costco
I
is
don't think it was prime rib.
$20 is
Well,
20
it wasn't
$25 a pound.
it wasn't a prime rib. It was
Yeah.
just for like for a roast.
Yeah. So,
I don't remember what part of the cow it was, but we couldn't even find it. The
hmm,
thing we found the closest was like really
hmm,
I was like, that's like
interesting.
$10 a serving. No, thank you.
What do you think we are, Rockefellers here?
Ridiculous. Yeah, obviously. Well, and you have to remember that here, like
Yeah,
10 euros
there's a lot.
here,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Like we can still get like go out and get like food at a restaurant for under 20 euros per person. That's not something you guys can
No.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, our economy is still breaking down over here too. So it's
Yeah. Well,
somebody was asking me, they were messaging me about, they were like, hey, should we like me and my girlfriend have talked about going to Europe and do you have any advice? Like they were asking me like how long visas take and everything, and I was like, girl, I don't know. I was like, it's like it's different for every country. I can't give you that much information. Also, my circumstance is different with being married, but it took a really long time and it was really tricky
oh, they're gonna
for
like
me. Like
move to
they just
Europe.
wanted to move. Yeah, they just
Oh,
wanted to move, and I was like, "Do you have a reason?" I was like, "I don't. It's not that easy just to move." Like, but I was trying not to be too negative.
right.
Anyways, I basically said, I was like, "So the U.S. economy kind of sucks. All the other most European countries either have already crashed or are in the middle of crashing right now. So just because it looks like it's really nice over here, the economies are crashing over here too." We're having a universal problem. I
Yeah.
was like, it's not just the US. I was like, because there's a lot of Americans, especially my age. I found there's a lot of people that are very like, oh, woe is me, I'm American about
Right.
things the past,
Right.
ever since COVID. And oh, America sucks. And America is a great country, and France is a great country. I'm not saying that about either one,
Right.
but there are problems that exist in both and in
The
most European countries.
the grass is
And
not necessarily greener.
yeah, it's just and like we're all pretty privileged. We all live in first world countries, so
Right.
calm down. You have freedom of consciousness. You're pretty set. Like let's get over
Yeah.
yourself. Get to work.
Well,
Like
the big
I don't
discussion here has become eggs. Eggs are crazy expensive.
Eggs being expensive. Yes,
Yeah, crazy
yes,
expensive. Like a buck a piece.
that's too much. People just need to get chickens.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because they're increasing like rules around eggs?
I
Like, what's the
think
reasoning, or is it just?
it's the bird flu. It's the bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
It's wiping out big big chicken big chicken farmers are having troubles. So you like you'll go in and there'll be no regular eggs.
I
No
can't
like
believe
white
that's
eggs.
like,
It'll just be like organic brown eggs,
yeah,
and they'll be like, "Oh, well, there you go. There's a dozen for $14.
that's
There
crazy.
you go." Like, okay.
Who needs
So
eggs that much? Just
I
don't
don't
eat
know.
eggs.
I don't
Just
know.
cut it out. Don't just have chickens or don't eat eggs. That's so expensive.
Yeah. Well,
We're
even
pretty
with that,
devastated here.
it's a cheaper protein. It's one that's still a cheap
Yeah, I
protein
guess
source.
it's true.
So
Well, we're really devastated over here because we used to buy our eggs by 30,
mm-hmm.
and which would equal about 14 to 16 cents per egg.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us, really. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And all of a sudden, I don't know whether it's Christmas or if bird flu is happening over here. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, we can only buy them by 20, which means they're like 21 to 24 cents an egg, depending on what
Mm.
brand is available.
So you're
And
saying oh,
we've
so
adjusted our life to
let me wrap
30 eggs.
okay, okay, wait, back up. Back this train up. You're saying that you're buying 20 eggs or 30 eggs? Is
Yeah,
that what you're trying to tell me? You're not buying
yeah.
12 eggs and 18 eggs and 24 eggs? That's not possible.
Wait,
Chickens only
So,
lay eggs in quantities of 12,
do you want me to show you?
or
We
actually
have dozens of eggs too. But there's
or
also
quantities
dad.
of
You can
6.
buy 4 eggs. You can buy 6 eggs. You can buy 8 eggs. You can buy 10 eggs. You can buy 20, and you can buy 30.
No way.
Yes, way.
You're only allowed to buy eggs
And
by
12. I don't know if I said that.
yeah. You're only
Yeah, I was pretty weirded out by it too. But we've adjusted our lifestyle to 30 eggs every 2 weeks.
that
ish.
just doesn't make sense to me. I thought you were
I
talking
know.
like I thought this was like a monetary value, like 30. I'm like, I'm not
No,
understanding this translation you're going through. That I don't know why. That's just hurting my brain.
I know. Isn't it weird?
And
They still come in cartons. You want me to show you?
yeah,
I can show
yeah.
you my eggs.
Let's see this.
One
Let's see
second.
this.
Okay. I can't. This
Okay.
is such interesting
Yeah.
podcast content, Dad.
Yeah. So you're gonna leave.
Okay, wait. I can't. Yeah, focus on
Oh,
you.
oh, there we go. I thought I was getting rid of her. Got rid of me. So you're stuck with me.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is what
Okay.
20 eggs looks like.
Okay. Let me bring
Try
you
not to
back.
drop them. But look, it's by 4 and by 5.
Wow. That's
Or
weird.
5. This is 20
Weird.
eggs. There we go. Okay. Putting the eggs away.
I I don't know. I don't know why that hurts my brain. I don't know why
This
that
is
hurts.
what a dozen egg looks like.
Okay.
Just the
So
same.
that's same
This
as
is
we got.
Hugo's mom's chicken eggs, though, so they have dates on them with pencil and chicken poop on them.
There you go. Well, that
Okay,
makes
hold up.
that
I'm
makes me
coming
feel
back.
better.
I can't hear anything you're saying, by the way.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
that
you feel
makes
like
me
you've
feel
learned
better.
something?
Seeing that
I
the
thought it'd be less shocking.
Europeans
So,
have real cartons.
Dad, are you sitting down?
Yes.
Eggs in Europe are all out of the refrigerator.
Yeah. So
And for the first 2 weeks that you take them home, they can be out of the refrigerator. And then they need to go in the fridge.
and see
So they last for like
that
ever.
doesn't bother me so much because I'm old,
We have
and it
chicken eggs.
used to be that eggs didn't wind up in the refrigerator till they were being sold to people in the store.
Right.
So they came in trucks that weren't refrigerated. They sat on the loading dock that was not refrigerated, and then they
Also,
put them in
they're
the
also not
refrigerator
all
to
white.
sell them. Oh, they're not.
They're all brown. White
Oh,
eggs are very American.
yeah.
They think that we bleach them. It's just the kind of eggs, it's just the kind of chickens we have, I guess.
They think we bleach them. Oh,
That you can wash it out, which for a while I actually thought it was true.
yeah.
And it took me a minute. And I was like, you can't wash an egg until it's white.
Scrub it. We have that's
I
why
could just see like a
that's why
European
we
scrubbing it.
that's why we have all that illegal labor in the United States to wash our eggs white.
Scrubbing eggs.
We just scrub those eggs white. Why wash the eggs? That's pretty good.
Seriously, Hugo's dad asked me, or I don't know if he asked me or if he told somebody in front of me. I can't remember. Somebody asked, and I
Yeah.
remember him being like, "They bleach them,"
Well,
and I was like, "I'm gonna have to Google that one." I don't think so, but I'm gonna Google it just to make sure because I'm not gonna tell my father-in-law he's wrong without Googling it first.
well, with all the stuff we do to our food, would not be that
I
shocking
wouldn't be surprised.
if we did, soak our eggs in bleach. Or we had some sort of white food coloring that we dipped them in, like Easter eggs, dunk them in white
Oh my gosh,
paint.
in Switzerland, they
Hmm.
had Easter egg dyed, like dyed eggs
Really?
in the grocery store. Like just dyed eggs, like
Like
in
all one
December.
color, or like?
No, all different colors. If you watched my vlog, you'd see it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is that my mother calling me?
You can only use that excuse today, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I have been, I've been since during Christmas break. I have been lacking in my digital communication.
Oh, Dad, that's so sad for you.
I'm out of.
That's
I'm not.
crazy. That's almost as if that's healthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm not keeping up on hardly anything.
how
Since
dare you?
Christmas, I have been watching a few freeze drying videos. So
Well,
But other than
of
that,
course.
I'm behind on all of my social media commitments. So,
Oops, sorry.
oh, there you go. So,
Sorry.
yeah, the
I'm sorry.
I,
This sucks. Ugh.
yeah, it's rough on me.
Well, the first thing needs to be to watch vlogs because I think soon there's gonna be a San Francisco vlog because I just found
Ooh,
all that footage and just realized that I was gonna make a vlog and I never did. So I'm gonna do
oh,
that
oh, that'd
probably
be
tomorrow.
fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's all gonna be like one montage and probably just be like 5 minutes. It's not gonna be long.
So that
So,
that brings up your blog. Brings us to you went to Switzerland.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you
So
have hot
Hugo and
chocolate?
I.
Did you have some Swiss Miss hot chocolate?
No,
And
actually, no.
probably don't
Yes,
even.
yes, we
The,
did. We did
the,
actually, but
did they
not
have
Swiss Miss.
Swiss
We had
Miss?
it.
And it seems like French fries. Maybe it's not really Swiss. They never heard of Swiss Miss.
Again, something I'd have to Google. I don't know. But we went to a Lindt factory, the home of chocolate Lindt factory,
Oh,
which was so cool, and we had hot chocolate there.
oh, nice. Was
Yeah,
it good?
yeah. It was pretty good. It wasn't like the
I
best hot chocolate I've ever had, but
It
it was
wasn't part
good.
of your blog, but I did
Yeah, it
see
was.
I did see video. All right, not what I saw it.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
see,
see your
I see.
blog, but I did see video of you in the lint. Uh,
The Lindt factory was probably it was probably one of the big highlights. The
yeah.
other highlight is we went to, Udelberg, which is like a big mountain, and it's not even that big or that big of a viewpoint for Switzerland, but
Hmm.
it was close enough to the city that we could get to from where we were staying,
Hmm.
and we went to the Udelberg, viewpoint and just had this beautiful view of Zurich. It's probably one of the prettiest views I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Wow.
it was just gorgeous. It was like it was straight out of a storybook, like, just gorgeous.
Did you
So,
open a
no,
bank account while you're there?
haha, no,
No.
no. I did have to hear Hugo talk about financial stuff. That was about as close as I got.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's pretty into that.
That's
But no,
funny.
we had a really fun time. Hugo and I decided instead of doing Christmas presents and instead of doing a present for his birthday or
Hmm.
a big present for his birthday or something big to celebrate his birthday, like a party or something,
Yeah.
we decided to go to Switzerland, like a week or 2 weeks before Christmas or something like that.
Hmm.
And it was so much fun. It was so Christmassy there. They had so many pretty lights and decorations. It was beautiful. It was cold, but it did not snow. It
Yeah.
almost snowed. We were so close to snow, but it did not snow. I was so sad. Honestly,
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I booked the trip is because I thought there would be snow. We should have confirmed the fact that it snows in early December. It does not. But
Wow.
it did snow up on the mountains while we were there,
Okay.
but not that's it.
Nice.
So, anyways, it was really fun. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
It's beautiful. We decided that Switzerland could be a place that we live. We've decided that there's too many places that we could live, and I think that's our problem. We have too
So
many.
there is one challenge though with moving to Switzerland.
Huh.
Neither one of you speak the language.
The problem that actually is very easily fixed because Switzerland, and
Hmm.
I mean, if I say I might be wrong, but from our understanding of Switzerland, there is about 10 different languages,
Oh, okay.
and it depends on what area region you live in. Um, so there's more like Germanic languages, but it
Hmm.
somewhat changes um, depending on what area. But French and English there are pretty common too.
Are they?
They're yeah, almost everybody speaks like multiple languages in Switzerland. Like just like I've found out as I'm traveling and talking to more people from Europe and stuff like that, that
Hmm.
France is kind of looked down upon for their viewpoint of language.
Right.
That really French is kind of alone in the fact most other European countries, or not most, a good percentage of them learn multiple, like at least three languages, and are all
Hmm.
like a lot of people are like trilingual percentage wise,
Right.
and that's just normal. It's just so normal. Where like in France, if you're bilingual, I mean, it's not like, whoa, you're bilingual, but
Hmm.
they just don't really care. It's like it's more about their own language.
Right.
It's kind of cool, but it's not really. I don't know. It kind of depends on what you're talking about, who you're
Yeah,
talking to, but
right.
I'd say as a percentage as the whole country. I'm generalizing.
I think I get the sense, and even before you moved there, that
Mhm.
they're super proud of their language,
Yeah.
kind of like Americans are very American. You know,
Yeah.
we're very much America's the best. You know, we have America has a real strong esprit de corps for
Yeah.
our country. Or not all of them, but not all of us, but
Generally.
generally. And I think it seems like France is very much that way about their language. I'm sure, and I'm sure there's a esprit de corps for their country too. But
I think, yeah, especially
and
it's like their language and then their food.
if you butcher their language, it's very kind of offensive. It's because it's like this is the best, and you just
I
just
think
not respect. You're not respecting
yeah.
it, and I kind of
I'd
get
say
that.
for
I kind of get
yeah.
that. Um, but I didn't get. I did not get that feeling when I was there, where they were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you are just scum of the earth because you don't speak
I
French."
think it's a little bit I think it used to be like that a lot more, and there's some that's still kind of there, but they've
Hmm.
also are quite a mixing pot and are a little bit more open.
Right.
But I think that it's now it was like language and then food. I think that it's now if you mess with their food and then it's language.
Okay.
Like if you say croissant wrong, it's like, a sin. If you put cheese and pickles together, sinful. Unless it's raclette, then it's fine.
Then it's okay.
I told you about this, right? I literally hid pickles. And my aunt and uncle, my French aunt and uncle, I now know this about me, and they think it's hilarious. So they constantly are like pickles, Lindsay. They gave us pickles for a wedding gift. Like yeah. Um, and so, which I love it. I think it's hilarious. So, anyways, they got up pickles just for me, and it's before the cheese course.
Do
And
they?
so, just in case they took them away from me, I put like 8 on my plate to eat with my cheese. And I was sitting right across from my father-in-law, and he was like, "Don't you do it?" And I was like, "I'm doing it." And then I put a baguette in front of him so he couldn't see, and I was just kind of like, "Nothing's happening here." And then And then they had to take my plate. They wanted to give me a new plate. And so I put like a little folded up my napkin. I put all the pickles on a napkin and I put my baguette on top of it. I held my pickles. I was like, here's your plate back. Don't take my pickles.
So
All while like looking straight at Frederic.
did the did your aunt and uncle have a tree, a Christmas tree?
No, they didn't decorate at all. But the table was like beautifully
Okay.
decorated,
Well,
but there was no decorations.
I was thinking we should get them a Christmas pickle, the pickle
Oh,
ornament
well, I
for
think I
their
should get
tree.
that. That's a good that'd be a good goodbye or a good Christmas present for next year
Yeah,
to
you
remember
should.
me by. I
You
like this
need to
idea.
send them the Christmas
They
or
could hide it in their house.
they could just. I'm
I'll
not
hide
going
it in
there.
their house. Christmas
Oh,
pickle.
there are
So
people.
I'll give it I
There
think
are.
I should
If
give
anybody's watching this, there are people laughing because
I
that's.
I should give all of my French family pickles next year for
There
ornaments,
you go.
for gifts. That's my
Yeah,
gift. I
the
love this.
Christmas pickle.
It's a great idea. A Christmas pickle for absolutely everyone
Lots
I
of
know.
people in America have a pickle on their tree.
I know. I almost did that as like a Christmas craft for
Hmm.
my classes, was teach them about like a Christmas bacon or a Christmas pickle, and that teach them that tradition, and then have them like color a Christmas pickle, because I was like, I'd love for all of my kids, like all my students, to go home and be like, look what I did at school, a Christmas pickle. Like it just
They're like,
like
how in the
uh,
world has America just gotten to a point where we
we
accept
have
these
Christmas
people
pickles.
because they are just too much. Wha- That's so. Another question: do they do Elf on the Shelf in Europe? Is that a thing
No,
at all? Okay,
no.
I didn't think so.
I've
Not
seen actually, I did
not
see a
that
everyone.
everybody doesn't does an alpha shelf here,
I
but a lot of
I've
people
seen a
do.
f I think I saw it once in the store, so maybe a few people do, but I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
Really, the holidays is like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
Santa isn't really a thing for everybody here, like,
Yeah.
they know about him, but, like, not a lot of people do stockings, like, stockings aren't really a thing.
Yeah.
They'll get gifts from Santa, but not everybody. It's, like, really varies between families where, like, in the US, I feel like it's, like, the common, like, 80%, you know?
Some people don't go see
Um
Santa in the mall or anything.
There's no like, I think there no, I don't think there's any Santa at the mall or anything like that.
Really?
Really, Christmas is just, like, a little bit sadder. They go crazy for decorations
Yeah.
in, like, supermarkets and stuff like that. It's, like, a lot of decorations,
Okay.
but there's because electricity is so expensive, there's not a lot of decorations on houses. I think that was
Right.
the thing one of the things I missed most, like, tradition Christmas-wise, was
Right.
not having decorations on houses as you drove around everywhere.
But the cities decorate. The cities put up lights.
Yeah. So that was nice. So at least it was something.
Yeah.
It's not like there's like Christmas doesn't exist here.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's just
there, but
different.
it's different.
Yeah.
So and different is hard for me.
Really? Never noticed.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No, that's a new thing. I'll write that down.
I know.
Should
Yeah, you
probably.
should. You should. Yeah, put it on a Post-it note.
Yeah, we just we want to stress Lindsay out. We just change things. We're just like we're just gonna do it different this year.
Actually, if you want to stress Lindsay out, just give me pickles and cheese. It really stresses me out.
That really stresses you out. Make you eat
Yeah, it
pickles
really,
and
really
cheese.
stresses me out. Yeah.
So I did find out yesterday. I didn't know this before that you can. This is my life right now. You can freeze dry pickles.
Oh my gosh, that sounds disgusting.
It can be
But also
disgusting.
pickle powder would
It-
be great.
Yeah. Well, I've heard if you do it wrong, it is very disgusting. But I've
Well,
also heard
pickle
that if you do
powder.
it correctly, yeah, you could do pickle powder. You could freeze dry them and then grind them. But uh, you could just sprinkle. You could have pickle ice cream or pickle popcorn. You could have pickle
No, I'm on
popcorn.
board for
You
that.
could
Mhm.
have what else could we pickle?
You could do a lot of things.
Yeah, you could do like
Should we name this
mashed
podcast
potatoes.
"What Do You Pickle"?
What do you pickle?
No, I think we have to name it "We're Back Again." Dot dot
We're
dot.
yeah. We are back. I
Uh,
put we're back. The long winter is over.
oh, good, good. Well, we should probably end because I have no idea how long we've been podcasting, which normally means it's been long.
47 minutes, 38,
Yeah, I
39
don't think we need
seconds.
to put anyone else through more pickle talk.
All
If
right.
you made it this far, send us a pickle emoji. Is there
There
a
you
pickle
go.
emoji?
Yeah, there you go.
Send us a photo of a pickle.
The um I to finish it off,
Yeah,
I
okay.
pulled ice cream sandwiches out of the freeze dryer this morning.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, dad got a freeze dryer with his Christmas money.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Dad
Okay,
and
so
Patty. They don't know yet.
yeah.
I didn't tell them yet.
Well, now they know.
Now they
Maybe
know.
if they got this far
They're
through
keeping me,
this.
like I said, I'm behind on my social medias, and I have not sent out what I got when I sent Christmas money
Okay,
to my dad. So
so it's you pulled out Christmas I no Christmas. You pulled out ice cream sandwiches.
ice cream sandwiches, yum.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, we've had freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches once before because mom bought astronaut food, which is
yeah,
freeze-dried food, but
yeah.
I barely remember it.
I made the first thing we did was freeze dried just ice cream,
Mhm.
um, and there was blueberries and
Mm,
strawberries. I think that's what I did: blueberries,
good.
strawberries, and ice cream. And the ice cream was very good, but I did it wrong, so it wasn't quite.
Mm,
And then I've also figured out you cannot just pull this out of the freezer and then just put it on the counter because in about 10 minutes it starts to not be freeze dried anymore.
interesting.
It becomes stale. So it
Probably
goes
with
from
how is
goes
it from how moist our air is?
yeah, because there's absolutely no moisture left in the product
Mhm.
that it's like a sponge just soaking up any
It just
moisture.
so immediately.
Just like pulls it
Interesting,
in.
okay.
So You have to put it in something. So I just left them out on the counter. So the blueberries and the strawberries were like crunchy, like a potato chip.
Mm,
Um,
right.
and then in about 10 minutes, they were not crunchy anymore.
Oh,
So
that's too bad.
um,
Could
it
you
was
freeze
fine.
fry them
But
again?
no, you just eat them soft, just like just like a stale
Yeah,
potato chip. You just eat it.
you
Except
just
for
deal with it.
yeah, you just keep eating them. I'm sure they're and
They're
also
not bad.
blueberries explode when you freeze dry them. So
Do you have to poke a
or
hole in them? I've
yeah,
watched a lot of people freeze dry stuff, or not a lot. I've watched one family freeze dry stuff online
yeah,
a lot, like short videos. It's from
yeah,
one family, and they're quite fun. It looks like almost the exact kind of freeze dryer you have.
yeah. It's the one we have is the standard. It is the one that everybody. There's like three different companies that do home freezer shares, but the one I have is really probably has 80% of the market. So,
I bet, yeah.
um, but yeah,
Well,
and
it's
it's the
super
same one that
cool.
Sean has. It's just smaller. I got the small
Yeah,
one, which is not like me. Normally, it's like, well, okay, we're gonna get the XL,
good
but
job. Because
but
you also bought another appliance at the same time.
what?
You bought a
What?
Ninja Creamy.
Yeah, maybe.
2 appliances at once. 2
Yeah,
big ones. Merry Christmas.
the Ninja Creamy, pretty good, pretty good.
I'm pretty
Mom,
jealous. I
mom,
would totally be using these if I was back right now.
yeah, mom made really good syrup, maple syrup ice
Mm.
cream. It was really good,
Oh,
and I am working on perfecting the protein drink.
well, I'm excited.
It
Yeah.
yeah, I put
I've
yogurt in.
basically
I put
decided
yogurt in
my
it,
oh,
so it
huh.
made it kind of tangy. Some Greek yogurt made
Yeah.
it a little tangy. It was
Mhm.
good. No, it wasn't. No,
Oh, really?
it was fine. Yeah.
Wasn't bad tangy? It's
Well,
good
no,
tangy?
it was like frozen yogurt. Like you get really
Oh,
good
okay,
frozen
yeah.
yogurt. It was like that.
Yeah.
Not like
Okay.
yeah, not like
Tangy is
not
not
like
a
barbecue sauce tangy, but
right.
kind of had a
Tangy is not a word that translates into French, is what we found. It's like
oh
one of the main words that doesn't tangy does not
yeah. I
translate.
don't think tangy translates into very many languages. I don't think there's an Italian word that's equivalent either.
Tangy,
Yeah,
because it's not sour.
I was talking. Yeah, I was talking
No,
to Martina and Tangy. She was like, we're not, we're not
it's
communicating
hard to
well.
explain,
Yeah.
but it just comes up as sour in
Ah.
French.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not
It's
sour.
not sour.
The
It's not the
barbecue
same.
sauce is tangy
Yeah, exactly.
generally.
It's like, okay. So it's like the one word I think I don't think I can off my top of my head. It's the one word we can't find this a word
Interesting.
that doesn't really translate, and it's been brought up at multiple different things with different circles of people. So
Yeah.
it's a common issue. It's
Yeah.
like like it's doesn't happen
What?
that often.
So you need to get a good tangy barbecue sauce, and
Yeah.
then take it to your French people and go, "What is that?
What is this? They'd
What's
be
the
like
word you'd use to
barbecue
describe
sauce.
it?" Barbecue sauce.
American.
It's American. It's Merkin. That's just
American.
that's just bad for your Merkin stuff.
It's true. Okay.
Anyway,
I need to wrap it up.
we're wrap it up. We're gonna hit the outro. Thanks very much. If anybody actually watches this, but thanks for watching, and hopefully we're gonna be back Thursdays a little earlier than this.
I think so.
This
A
is the
little,
plan.
yeah.
Thursday,
Maybe closer to 7,
7 o'clock my time, because everything resolves around me.
obviously.
See ya.
Bye.
There we go.